Did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Kawabana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks, guys. Long ago, I went to meet this woman from a telephone club. She was clearly not mentally well, so I told her sorry and got back in my car to leave. Her face contorted with rage, and she screamed, "Why?" and thrust her arm through the window, grabbing me. Scared, I quickly started the car and took off, but she kept clinging to the window and wouldn't let go. "Wait!" she screamed as she got dragged behind the car. I got even more scared and pressed down on the accelerator, and as I basically drifted around a corner, I heard her fall off and go rolling on the ground. It was like something out of Seibu Keisatsu, but I doubt she died, right? This terrifying comment was posted on a Ni channel thread titled, "Tell us about the time you escaped from a crime," on August 29th, 2010. Numerous interesting and terrifying anecdotes had been shared in the thread by this time, and this story would also have been glanced over if not for one small matter. It appeared the woman in question was in the thread as well, and she soon replied, "Was this about 8 years ago?" A user with the handle Menhera, Kanagawa Prefecture, replied only 3 minutes later. Menhera refers to mental health and is often used to describe people affected by mental illness. Around then, out in the countryside near Hiratsuka. But seriously, your name is terrifying, lol. The original poster was also from Kanagawa Prefecture, which was listed in his username as well. Hiratsuka covers a decent area of Kanagawa and sits on Sagami Bay. Much of it is densely populated, but there are also swaths of nothing but countryside with few buildings around. Other users remarked on the amazing coincidence of these two people who potentially knew each other meeting again in the thread, but it was also possible that Menhera was trolling. That was about to change. Was your car a minivan? Stop it already. And, just like that, both users stopped posting. It seemed that 8 years later, the man who had run terrified from a woman he met through a telephone club had run into her again on Ni channel, of all places. The incident shook him so much that he immediately stopped replying and was never seen again. But was it true? Had two people who were involved in an incident 8 years earlier really found each other again in an anonymous thread about tales of escape? Both users had Kanagawa Prefecture in their names. This was something done automatically at the time, depending on the IP address the user posted from, meaning that at the very least, both users were indeed posting from Kanagawa Prefecture. The next thing of note was that both user IDs ended in the number 0, meaning they were posting from a computer. This made it unlikely that it was the same person posting a fake conversation with themselves. It was possible, of course, but unlikely. It's possible to search user IDs to find out what other comments they've posted on Ni channel, and as it turned out, Menhera had already posted in that very same thread earlier. This particular comment certainly helped reinforce the idea that they may have been afflicted by a mental illness. Be warned, this comment is certainly a little gross. I put a pencil up my sister's butt in front of a friend. I scared the crap out of her so she wouldn't tell our parents. That, along with the two comments to the other poster, were the only things Menhera posted in that thread. Yet, they weren't the only comments from that particular ID. Other comments were made from the same ID and same username that same night, meaning they came from the same person. And these comments put the validity of Menhera being the same woman from 8 years earlier into doubt. The biggest giveaway was that Menheder referred to themselves as ore in other threads, a masculine term for referring to oneself. The contents of these comments and general style of speaking also matched the poster being a male, not a former female telephone club worker. None of these comments suggested any sort of mental illness either, with the name perhaps being nothing more than a troll. Other users also questioned how quickly Menheder replied, making it unlikely to be the woman from 8 years earlier. The odds of that woman being in the same thread at that very same time, while possible, were astronomical. Combined with the fact that all of Menheder's other comments that night that seemed to be from a man, it appeared that it really was nothing more than a troll response after all. It's possible that Menheder saw the comment from someone in Kanagawa Prefecture, the same location as him, and decided to play a joke. After picking a random number and hitting it lucky, the original poster never specified how many years ago it happened, only it was around then. They then picked a common type of car, a minivan, and apparently hit it lucky again, causing the original poster to freak out and stop posting. If the poster were the real woman from that time, it's likely she would have posted more concrete information related to the incident. If she was desperate enough to cling to a man's car as he drove away, it's difficult to think she would only post 2 very short comments about the incident and nothing else. And this becomes even more difficult to consider when taking Menheder's other comments into account. It's also possible that both posters were in on the act, potentially being friends who saw an opportunity to post something that might go viral. And they would have been right, because it did. Neither ID posted again after that night, so what happened to them is unknown. In the end, it was likely nothing more than one user hitting upon a lucky coincidence, or 2 friends orchestrating a real-time creepypasta in the hopes of going viral. Either way, people still bring up the terrifying coincidence today when the topic of creepypastas comes up, so in that respect, it was successful. But what did you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.